Thank you very much. The Honorable Prime Minister, the Honorable Sitiveni Rabuka, the Honorable Penny Wong, and your respected delegation. We also have with us here in the room senior officials of the Fiji Rugby Union and also representatives of the Australian High Commission, the Fiji High Commission in Australia, and of course our union reps that have joined us this afternoon. This afternoon we will, as you may already know, be launching the Fiji Rugby Women's Campaign for 2023 across 3 competitions, namely being the Roasted Chicken, Fijian and Drua campaign, also for the ANZ Marama competition and the Royalty Ranadi competition. You will see to my left trophies that are going to be fought over in 30 days' time. In rugby we do so. But without further ado, I will now give the floor to the Honourable Prime Minister to deliver his remarks for us this afternoon.
The Honourable Penny Wong, the Australian Minister of Foreign Affairs, members of the Australian Government Delegation, Katie Lord, Ula, CEO of Fiji Rugby Union, members of the press and the media, Your Excellencies, ladies and gentlemen. I'm pleased to share this space with the Honourable Penny Wong. I asked deliberately before you mind people calling you Penny Wong rather than Penelope Wong.
Penny is fine.
Okay, thank you.
Penelope's usually when my mother's telling me off.
I'm happy to be sharing this space with the Australian Minister for Foreign Affairs and be with you all this evening. You know, the theme of this week's special leaders meeting here in Denver is reflection, renewal, and celebration. To that end, we have much to reflect on, to celebrate, and also commit ourselves to renewing in our The Pacific Island Forum has accomplished a great deal over the years, playing a vital role in promoting regional cooperation and integration, addressing common challenges, and improving the lives of the people of the Pacific region. On reflection and in keeping with the meeting theme, I recall the enormous strides Fiji Rugby has made since its establishment in 1913. Today I'm proud to celebrate the notable achievement of the Fiji Rugby Union and rugby's remarkable treasure trove of 2 Olympic gold medals, 1 bronze medal, 1 Quarter Cup final at the Rugby World Cup and the IRB 7 Series champions, and one Super Women's Wing. And also 1 Prime Minister. Twice. I also acknowledge the accomplishment of the Women's Rugby League teams in Fiji that have, against all odds, made a series of exceptional accomplishments in the last few years. Well done, girls. And that is since it was launched in 2017 by winning the Super W in its maiden season, Olympic bronze medal in 2021, and a silver in the 2022 Commonwealth Games. You probably know, Excellency, that I carried the Fiji flag at the Commonwealth Games in 1974, but I didn't win any medal. I'm only keeping the flag-bearing photo. The magnitude of our women's achievements has demonstrated to everyone in Fiji, and hopefully abroad, that Fiji's national sports truly belongs to everyone. This is incredibly important because all we want to do is make people aware that sports can contribute to the improvement of our health, the improvement of our education systems and participation, creation of employment, stimulating economic development, realizing human rights, and gender equality. These are values we hold dear here in Fiji, and you also hold very dear in Australia, and everybody is beginning to sit up and listen when you talk about gender issues. Everyone present here today understands that, and it's therefore very, very important. And I'd like to acknowledge the incomparable support of the government of the Commonwealth of Australia and the people of Australia. Thank you very much. Today's gathering underscores the importance of our Wu Valley partnership, and I just clarified that concept with the Honourable Minister, that Wu Valley is not neighbourly. Wu Valley is one home, family. It's our people together. This is evident in the immeasurable impacts that the Pacific Australia Sports is making in ensuring that Pacific and Australian athletes are not only training and playing together at the highest levels, but also forging dizzying heights of excellence and friendship. I'm reminded of a significant event in 1952 when Fiji Rugby rose to accept the invitation of the Australian Rugby Union to tour Australia as part of a fundraising event to assist the Australian Union to assist in the revival of rugby union in Australia. I'm reliably informed Fiji stepped in order to, so that other international unions were incapable of accepting the invitation. And most remarkable is that the tour was resounding success for both our unions. It was so important for Fiji that we brought back a soldier serving in Malaya to play. And if you look at the Fiji Rugby Union wall now, and it's not here, you will see a striding Fijian rugby player. That player was brought back from Malaya to represent Fiji in that tour. It was Joe Lebula, a chief from Nandi, the land we stand on tonight. The government of Fiji is committed to seeing this partnership grow, not only as an enabler for achieving sustainable development goals, but more importantly, and as Mandela said in the 2000, sports has the power to change the world. It has the power to inspire. It has the power to unite people in a way that little else does. It speaks to our youth in a language they understand. Sports can create hope where there was only despair. End of quote. Therefore, we must all continue that momentum of the kind of support that has made today possible. And I'd like to acknowledge the local businesses who have stood in the gap for our women. ANZ, you recognize it, Australian New Zealand Bank. CJ Patel Group of Companies, Royalty, Fun Flavor, and Weetabix brands, Fiji Airways, Fiji Gas, Rooster Chicken, and Tropic Food Industries Limited. And as we look forward and prepare for the enormous decade of sports and rugby ahead of us, we know that there is significant opportunity to progress together as one Pacific Wu Valley. And the Fiji Rugby Union is keen to partner with Rugby Australia and Pacific Australia Sports in the upcoming tournaments and competitions culminating in the 2032 Brisbane Olympics. In commemorating that journey, let us continue to reflect on the lessons and achievements that we have experienced together as Ebu Valley. Let us also take the time to renew our commitments to that Pacific Blue Valley. Let us recognize that our unique cultures and traditions are what binds us together today. We've come together this long, this far, and we come together again to mark and celebrate together that which unites us and makes us strong. We're now well able. Thank you.
Honorable Prime Minister. Distinguished guests, ladies and gentlemen, if I may, very briefly, the Pacific Oz Sports Program administered through the Australian Government's Department of Foreign Affairs and Trade has been instrumental in catapulting women's rugby in Fiji, particularly through the Oceania Sevens in 2021, which laid the platform for bronze medal win for Fijiana Sevens at the Tokyo Olympics. The Rooster Chicken Fijiana Drua 2022 successful campaign resulting in their winning the Super W in their maiden season. Who can forget? Maybe the Waratahs fans in the room. But yeah, none of us has forgotten the historic win over the Waratahs, 32-36. It was the first time the Fijiana Drua were playing in the competition, and they went unbeaten, while the Waratahs had won the previous 4 times and were unbeaten until they met the mighty Fijiana Drua. And just thirdly, of course, the campaign, the Rooster Chicken Fijiana Drua 2023 campaign to defend the Super W competition. With that, I now give the floor to the Honourable Minister for Foreign Affairs of Australia.
Well, that's quite an introduction, isn't it? These are the ways in which we're going to be better than you at rugby. Prime Minister Rabuka, can I thank you deeply for the discussion we had, for your generosity in receiving me, and for your leadership not only of your new government, and we congratulate you on your election, but also in hosting, bringing together this special leaders summit for the Pacific Island Forum. And I'm very honoured to be here in Fiji again, representing Australia. We have an enduring relationship. We have a long-standing relationship that covers many aspects, from sport to education, to climate, to defence and security. And that's as it should be. That's as it should be. I thank you for your words of wisdom about the meaning of Uvale, one home family.
One home.
Yes, one home. And your expression of hope for renewal and strengthening the relationship. We share that. We share that, and I hope we can work to those objectives in the weeks and months ahead. We're committed to building on our shared priorities. One of those, obviously, is climate, and I did want to take the opportunity to have the first announcement in relation to that strengthening and renewal, which is an additional $10 million from Australia to help rebuild schools in Fiji's northern division that were devastated by the tropical cyclones in 2020 and 2021. This is additional funding on top of an existing program, which will enable us to rebuild all 9 schools, I think, that were destroyed or damaged. But most importantly, not just rebuild them, but rebuild them to a higher standard. So they are Category 5 cyclone proof. We also will work to ensure that they are sustainable, using renewable energy, and importantly for Fiji, that we use local sources, local content, because we want our engagement to not just deal with this problem, but also to improve the capacity of your people and your communities. That's what we want to do. We want to, when we work with you. But of course, the big news today is the launch of the 2023 Fiji women's rugby season. And it's a happy event, isn't it? It's a happy event. It's a real privilege to be here, and we're very pleased to support some of this through Pacific Oz Sports, although I did say to my staff as we were driving here, so let me get this clear, we help them get better so they beat us more. I said, is that really going to go down well in Australia? What do you think? But the Prime Minister spoke much more eloquently than I could about what sport means, the way it brings people together from all walks of life. And you know that if you go to big sporting events, there are more people from different parts of the community than at any other event you go to, except possibly meetings of faith. And it's a wonderful thing. And if I may, on the participation of women, which is really the trajectory of popularity and engagement has been fantastic, so congratulations. Australia wants to support the full participation of women in society because we believe the community benefits from that. So yes, I believe in gender equality. We would talk about that, but it is actually about a stronger community. It's a stronger community if you get the benefit of all of the skills and talents of your society, and that means the full participation of women and girls. And one of the ways in which you do that is through sport. It's empowering and it demonstrates that participation. So I'm very, very grateful for the opportunity of being here, and I wish you luck, but not too much luck. Finally, if I may just mention a couple of more things about the Pacific Island Forum Special Leaders Meeting. I want to again acknowledge the Prime Minister Rabuka's leadership as chair, and I look forward to working, of course, with the Cook Islands as well when they assume the forum chair. I want to again place on public record our deep appreciation of Prime Minister Rabuka, all leaders, including President Mau Mau and the Micronesian President Summit, in demonstrating leadership at a time which I think it was important, and to say again how a strong and united Pacific Islands Forum, we believe, is in all of our interests, and we thank you.
Right.
Thank you for your part in that.
Right.
So thank you very much for the opportunity to be with you today.
Thank you. Now
Thank you very much, Honourable Prime Minister and Honourable Minister. We will have an opportunity to ask questions now. I can see members of the media already looking in my direction. We will limit our questions to maybe 4 or 5, please. We'll see how things go. But if we could start with the questions now. Thank you. No questions?
Simon?
We must.
No? Hey,
Really?
thank you.
Wow.
Sorry,
Okay.
that never happens in Australia.
Very
Yes,
kind.
well, it never happens here too. So I'm just looking around again one last time. No, we'll move on to our next event, and
You
that's
see, they're more interested in the rugby than
Yeah.
so that's the reality, isn't it?
Okay.
That's good.
We'll move right into the gift exchange. I will now ask our captain of the champion Fijian and Drua team to present the Honourable Prime Minister with our gift before he presents it to the Honourable Minister. We'll just have you come in front of your lecterns, please. Thank you. We'll have the Fiji presentation first before the Australian presentation. Yeah. Thank you very much, sir.
Every week for me. The second, the seventh. He gave me one on Sunday.
So that's the Olympics bronze medal winning team?
Oh, they not?
Yeah.
Oh.
So, it's a gift from yourself to the Honorable Minister.
Oh, this is yours?
Yes.
Okay.
But so I've got something for you. There you go. It's all I take this
And then that's yours.
This is yours.
Okay. Is that cut out there? Thank you very much. Great champion, so. Thank you.
You're beautiful in every way.
The skill level that they play with now, I think they've really changed the whole Women's World Series. But that game specifically, they definitely had me worried. I thought it was the game of the Olympics. And you know, we've always had this amazing mutual respect with the Fijiana girls, and I would have loved to have seen both New Zealand and the Fijiana girls in that final, because yeah, they deserve to be there.
I was super proud, you know. I was cheering in my heart and said, this will change the landscape, you know. Fijians taboo before, they cannot supposed to play rugby, only boys play rugby.
Yeah, I was super scared and obviously proud for New Zealand to go through to the Olympic final, but I think I was even more proud of the Fijiana girls and the way they played throughout that tournament.
Product memories of us, but I like the way they play because it's just free flow, offload, and see them just tapping from anywhere, you know, having a go. They played like they had nothing to lose.
Like anything, the more you put into something, I think these girls are amazing. I think Fijian girls are amazing athletes. They like the physicality, and I just think that, like the men, Fijian girls, the Fijiana girls are good at rugby. So it's great they've got an opportunity, and you know, there's a pathway for them.
Pops it back up once again. This is electric. This is blinding. This is fantastic. 1, 2, 3. The passes fly off.
I think with Fijiana, they've always had that sort of, you know, what we call just that real eyes up, free-flowing football, you know, footy style in the way they play. But I think what I've seen now, you know, in these recent years of the Fijiana girls is just the execution. You know, they can throw the offload, they have the constant support play, and it's really hard to defend such an unstructured attacking phase of play. When you sit in a defensive system, you're just constantly chasing your tail because you never know what the Fijiana girls are going to do. You know, they're so unpredictable the way they play, and that's I think going to change the women's game and the sevens game. The way they play, you never know what you're gonna get with the Fijiana girls.
I think Fiji can dominate totally in both games, and if they get paid the same money as the boys do, and they'll do wonders. You know, imagine what they did with this little fund they have, and they went and won a bronze. You know, and the way they are handling themselves and playing, it's exciting rugby. You want to watch. You know, when before Fijiana playing themselves, everybody just, I'll just wait for them. Now, so I want to watch the Fijiana, or I watch the Fijiana and grow up playing. sit down and watch, excited what they're gonna do. So I guess they one day they'll be the same as the men and dominate, and I pray that happens, that Fiji dominates on men and women then.
Yeah, Fiji in both the 7s and 15s format have been so impressive, particularly looking at last year. We saw the 7s women come away with the bronze medal. We saw Fiji Andorra compete in their first year in the Super W competition. So I think what they're doing here for Fijian women is showing what is possible, and they're hugely inspirational, they're hugely competitive, and they're showing us that Fijian women have what it takes to compete on the world stage.
No matter what they say,